Aries, this is a no-nonsense reading, and we are moving straight into it. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. I do welcome you to the channel and its contents. Thank you for the support, whether that be moral or um, support through in whatever way you energetically choose to provide that with. The work that is done here is to see the play of karma. Today we shall not be doing the Great Mirror. We shall not be pulling the energy of other. We're going to be focusing primarily, on Aries and what Aries can do. Okay, the thing that is occurring right now is with the solar energy, okay? And Aries has affinity with the solar energy. There's something about it that harmonizes through Mars, the Sun in Scorpio's energy, and bringing forward modes of transformation that occur now through the treacherous season of fall and autumn. Okay, autumn as being very treacherous, being the fall of man, being the fall of the fall of temperatures, uh, and also the fall of the sun. Okay, the sun has a declension, or there's a horizon sort of um, uh, parallax that is more angular. It's more veered towards the horizon, less sun hours. Okay, and with this, something comes to light. Okay, it's a dark light, something that has to do with Pluto's energy, Plutonic energy. And Pluto's energy is always about shifting. It's about transforming, and it is tied directly to the eighth house, okay, which is the hidden, the occult. So you have to be careful because with Mars as your mainstay, as your patron, your patron, saint or heavenly body, the grahas, there's something about it that speaks hidden worlds and hidden motifs of the occult with Plutonic energy. Okay, let's go ahead and begin. So, one of your biggest concerns is to not be duped for the time being. There's something about your projects, what you do, uh, your especially shared projects with others, especially if um, these are tied to your desires. There's something about it where the dragon's head is trying to show you through its fire, through its fiery breath, okay, connections between Mercury and the moon. Now, the new moon's energy that happened recently uh, has awoken something in terms of bringing forward a reality for your namesake, okay? And with this, there is a need to what? To make sure that your desires are not false, so that they have a certain degree of uh, information behind them, okay? This is tied directly to what? Taurus energy, and the North Node, which is currently placed in I don't know what. It's either in, Sagittarius, I believe. Oh, uh, Let's see. Could be in Gemini. Okay, let's go into place a hamper. So let's go ahead and check that out real quick. Give me a second. Mm. Yes, so it is in Gemini. Okay, there's a way for a shift, okay, in terms of expectations, okay. This has to do with what you are offering, what you are pouring your desires into. Be careful. There is a transformative energy about you that uh, it will transform others, especially if you're doing not solo work, but team work of some sort. What you bring to the table is very compelling. It's very creative. Okay, and you have a penchant. Okay, a sort of knack for transforming others. You have to be careful with what you bring to the table because this shifts, and there's something about you that is developing a type of intelligence, a structural intelligence that is tied to what? Be the Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. Yeah, so basically, it's a futuristic way of seeing and doing things. In the future, you will gain a truth that will understand more of this path, whatever you're working on in terms of structures, okay? Uh, with these structures, you will know what to do intuitively in terms of projects, your work, in terms of anything you're designing, okay? Um, you you will know in terms of all of this how things should pan out. The one difficulty is the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Um, there is going to be revision in terms of your projects, okay? But I see nothing but good in terms of this because once again, you are trying to create an effect. There's something about you that does not want to be duped by others, and there's a lot of practical intensity as well as a type of intellectual emotionalism in it all. Okay, this is intuition that is being fostered here. Um, your fortune will eventually come if you can also create a partition with the past. All right. Sorry, it's been a bit slower delayed with this reading, but I'm taking it slow today. So, where you currently are right now, it has to do with uh, um, questioning where you're investing your time. There's something about it with a key signature of boredom or ennui uh, here that forces you to question and learn through Gemini North Node. Okay, so Gemini North Node essentially is what? Because I see a lot of Taurus energy that's being triggered. Taurus is tied to Venus, it's also tied to the second house. Okay, with this, there is an ability to become a master of something. Okay, the Magician as well as the Hierophant is here in Maladi. And essentially, what this means is what you're bringing to the table. Is the table the right thing? Is it the right dimension? Is it the right tabernacle for Christ? It had a certain tabernacle for Christ. The ark had a certain qubit structure, and there was a lot that went into the actual um, Vastu Shastra of it all. Okay, and I don't mean to mix metaphors in terms of philosophical, Vedic, as well as Christian principles or Judeo-Christian principles of creating structures. Okay, but it it has to do with engineering. Okay, engineering or the inner world, trying to understand how this has been creating an effect on others. An element of perfection here, and it's aesthetic. Questioning the very aesthetic, questioning your own aesthetic in this, a choice of taste, a taste of choice. Coffee. So the fundamental angst in this of what you are invested in is it pleasurable? Okay, is the question of whether or not it is pleasurable, and this is very important because it's simplified. Pleasure is something that the Hierophant is also in search for. Okay, deep down inside, but that's the lesser form of the Hierophant. Hierophant is also devoted to a practice, to a way of infusing or sublimating things from the above to the below. Yes? But this can also be a pleasurable thing. Where is your bliss? Where does your heart take you? Okay? This is sort of the question right now. In the past, it's different. A great deal of judgment and the burying of something has been here. Whatever that thing is, it has been rejected. Okay, there's a great deal of rejection in the past when it comes to communities, also communities that have been trying to go back to the past. That has ended. Now it's clear to you that you need to invest or reinvest in something new. What that looks to in terms of this is a second hand that is conjuring up through magic, through principles of will, or manifestation, whatever you call it, the law of attraction, blah blah blah. There's something about it that is a focal point, and it has to do with an impatient self in the future. Okay, and through this impatience, what is brought about? A moving from the past, the mind moving away and moving from the future into the past, trying to understand what they've done in the past. Okay, so as well as ambivalence. So you have to be very careful and find a way of patience when coming into the questioning of what you are invested in terms of if this is your bliss or not. Something about the delusions uh, of uh, of motherly principles, okay, and also being devoted to some sort of truth. These delusions, okay, of reality, of so-called realities being come into question. And I don't mean to throw you off or throw you into some sort of spacious loop. I'm just saying that there is a great deal of patience that is required in what is trying to be invested in, okay, for the time being. Um, I do wish you well. In terms of advice, yes, you must find a sense of rest. Get good rest, get good sleep. With the shift in daylight savings as well as the nonsense of the sky not having as much luminosity, there is a great deal of the dark side that needs to be embraced, and that is found through sleep. Okay, your dreams might be something that you are invested in terms of how far they can show you some of the more idealisms that relate to um, what can be romantically approached, what can be negotiated with in terms of your more charming self. Okay, there is a charm that is lost here. Okay, that needs to be refound in order to find the patience for deliverance. What deliverance into what? Into some sort of future state. Okay, but the future is not. It's not always what we expect. Okay, and perhaps there's something about the conditions of the Hierophant in the reverse that needs to be understood as becoming nude in priesthood, nude in devotion to whatever that would require. And the nude state is more of a natural state that needs to be appreciated. Okay, so embrace your natural desires, whether it's procreative or sexual in nature or tied directly to the subtleties of material world tastes and pleasures. Perhaps you should try to embrace that and accept them for what they are. Okay, that is the best I can give you for now, my dear Aries. Thank you.